Good morning. Today we're going to do 8-4 draft, and this is our first pack. So off the top, the rare sucks. Leaf Glider or Sigiled Starfish are probably the best two cards. Or Dwinnen's Elite, but it needs a bit more synergy to get going. I don't know if I really want to commit to Elves this early. I think blue's generally weaker, so I think I'm going to probably go with green, and I think I'm going to take the Leaf Gilder. I think Anointer of Champions is the best deck here, and green-white's a really strong combination. Not a great top deck, but I think a turn 1 Anointer, turn 2 2-drops, one of the strongest starts in the format, so I'm just going to take that. Well, now that we're looking pretty green and have an elf, I'm liking Dwinnen's Elite a little bit better here. I'm not super committed to these cards yet because they're pretty good, but nothing like no bomb rares, but looks like all these packs have had a lot of good green cards, so. Yeah, I mind having a couple of these, especially given our elf synergy. And rare drafting, the pain lands is no good because they're worth like a ticket each. Okay, this pack's pretty weak, but these are the two best cards, and they're pretty equivalent. I think in general, Acro Sergeant's a little bit better, because if it gets renowned, a lot of decks have enormous trouble beating a 3/3 for a striker. I think Shadows of the Past can be pretty good actually, but I think the clear pick is Orchard Spirit or Titanic Growth, and I'm just going to take the Orchard Spirit because there's a lot of. I prefer having more creatures over pump spells, and we don't really have that critical mass of creatures yet, especially considering we don't know if we're going to go white or red splashing at this point. I think all these cards are unlikely to go in my deck, so I'm just going to take that Spoiler of Souls. Oh, that is a great card, but if we get a black rare, I'd consider switching it in, considering how green we're looking at this point. I don't really like Sylvan Messenger in general. I think it's a little. You need a lot of elves for it to be efficient. Hitchclaw Recluse has been pretty good in my experience. There's a lot of flyer decks, and 1/4 is pretty big, and it can beat down 2, I guess. I'm going to take that. Okay, this is our first pack coming back to us. I think Might of the Masses is the clear best card here. Looks like our white's been shut off pretty hard because we haven't seen a single playable white card. I'd be willing to take Guardian Automaton too, but I think Might of the Masses is a good card when you only have creatures. Pretty clearly Eye Blight, just in case the rest weren't playable. it's nice to see a visionary wheel. Well, we know for sure that green's open. And I think Hixus is a pretty clear bomb rare, so I'm feeling pretty happy to just move in on that. Never actually played with this card before, but he seems pretty broken. Whew. This is the toughest decision we faced all game, because if we're not sure if we're going white or red, we could just take Pia and Kieran and then just see whether more white or red goes up to us. I'm not a big fan of splashing for a third card. Or we could just stick to our white-green choice and take a Rox Mauler or Pharika Disciple. Both are really strong cards as well. Not even adverse to Empyrean Tactician, though there's clearly much stronger cards at this point. Given how open green is, considering we got elves so late, I think I will take the bomb rare here and then see how white and red treat us over the next couple picks. Well, being passed to Pia and Kieran Narlar followed by a Fiery Impulse as picks 2 and 3, I think is a pretty good sign that we're the person to our left at least isn't going red at all, and these are just really good cards. So I think I'm inclined to stick to red at this point. Yeah, nothing really changing my mind here. I don't mind another Might of the Masses. War Oracle is a busted card. The red and green picks are all pretty weak. So it looks like we're going for 3-color good stuff, which is terrible, but we'll, I think, just take the War Oracle here and see how we're going. Okay, Disciple is definitely something we're going to play. I don't really want to pay anything in this pack. Gather the Pack's not a great card, and we're unlikely to get Spell Mastery with this deck, it's looking like. Grasp of the Hieromancer could be playable, but I really don't. It's not. I'd want it most one, and only if I have short and playables. So I think I'm going to add that to the sideboard just so it doesn't influence my decision here. Okay, we're a little bit heavy on 2-drops. We've got 4 of them. But Timber Pack's a pretty good card, and again, we know we're going green, so it's a safer pit choice. Okay, Skyraker is a really good card. It wheeled, I'm not afraid to throw that in. I guess if I could get some more fixing, like a Meteorite and a couple Evolving Wilds, I'd consider going red or white with splashing for the extra bomb rare. I'm going to take the Skyraker though. Speak of the Devil, there's an Evolving Wilds, looks like we might need it. But with that being said, I'm not afraid to bench a rare in order to have a more consistent deck depending on the number and quality of playables. I think Hixus especially might be good enough to splash, even if he's the only white card I include. Sweet foil Force Mage. If we move these guys out, what's our curve looking like? It's actually pretty good. I like emphasis on 2 drops in this format. We're doing really well for playables though, because even without Hixus, we're at 15 after 2 packs, which is really quite a few. I quite questioned my opponent who, wait, which one's foil? That one. He passed me a Kieran and Chandra Nylar second pick. I think should usually switch if you get a pick that good. Well, that's a sweet card that again isn't in our colors. Okay, so our curve's looking pretty good. It's almost certainly just going to be Fiery Impulse. That's a great card. There's so many good 2 toughness creatures. I considered Wild Instincts or Titanic Growth, but I really think the removal is just best here. What I'd really like in this type of deck, given we have a whole bunch of dorky 2 drops, is a Jiraga's Invocation. It's not looking, we haven't got one yet. I think Wild Instincts is the best pick here. We don't have a lot of 4 drops, and it's really good. It can lead to pretty big blowouts. Visionary is okay, but we already have a lot of 2 drops. Oh gosh. Please to Red Light into Erebos' Titan. Oh well. Unlikely to play Dragon Fodder here. And if we're splashing white, Irosa's Champion might make the cut. That's a good card. I don't really like Brawlers played. Like, I might consider 1 if I'm short in playables, but I really don't think it's a very good card, so Sigil Starfish is just freaking sweet. These are the 2 best cards, but neither is going in my deck at this point, so I guess I'll take Irosa's Champion. Yeah, red's pretty open. Here's another Fiery Impulse. Or our opponents are just bad at drafting, which is always a consideration. I think a 3rd one's just fine. I probably might cut a Might of the Masses for it as we're getting. I'd like to have 15, 16 creatures. That would be sweet fixing, but it's not quite in our colors. And not a whole lot in this pack. Husk's really good. Knight of the Pilgrim's Road's good, but I don't know how much I want to splash. We're doing pretty good in playables. I think I'm just going to take the Caterpillar for the sideboard at this point. That's more like it. Okay. So it's obviously Thopter Engineer versus Timberpack Wolf here. We've got lots of 2 drops, but he has synergy. Thopter Engineer is pretty good. We don't really have any artifact synergies. I wouldn't even mind Sigil of Valor in this deck. It's pretty good when you have a whole bunch of dorky creatures like we do. I think most people are playing more and more 2 drops. They figured out how fast the format is, so I think it's better to move up in your curve a little bit, so I'm going to take the Engineer here. I quite like Rogue's Passage, though might be greedy given our mana base. Majoring Bully's okay, but he's probably just going to suicide and turn 3 into something bigger, considering we don't have quite enough instants and sorceries to really make that work. And we could always, chance will pick him up on the rebound anyways. I don't know if I'll play it, but the Rogue's Passage I think is the most powerful card here. But I'm slightly concerned about playables, considering we don't have a whole lot left. Actually, given our lack of I'd really like a few more creatures. Automaton's fine, I'm going to add that. Oh. A wheel, Jiraga's Invocation's just great. We're in the right color. Geez, this is our first pack here. Come back to us. I think actually to curve out, I really might play a Gold Forge Sentinel. 4/4 flyer is pretty big, and that's just not gonna. It's not splashable. Well, no one's got a sweet black-white aura deck going. That's for sure. I don't know if I'll play it, but I potentially could use another automaton. I think I'll just hate draft the Ox. Doubt it, but the Cobble Brute could see play. Sideboard, sideboard, sideboard. Okay. The only good sideboard cards we have are maybe another Might of the Cat Masses. I don't mind one main deck Caterpillar, though it's not great. And the War Oracle. Okay, our Evolving Wilds will help splash. We're doing pretty good for almost everything only costing single mana, which is really nice for early drops. It gives us time later on to find what we need. I do think it's worth splashing for Hixus. And Irosa's champion can be pretty gross, especially when coupled with Wild Instincts and Might of the Masses. We do have to have a couple cuts. The Leaf Gilders help us get to our 4 and 5 drops pretty easily, so that's good. I don't think I want 2 automatons, they're kind of crummy. So I might consider cutting the champion for just having more of these 4 drops. Cobble Brute's not great, but in a racing situation, he can be pretty busted. Gotta get our foil planes in there, because I think we need to keep Hixus in. He's that good, I think. Though if I scrub out in the first round with him in my hand and no white source, well, no, I'm wrong. So, oh shit, we've almost no time to build. They've amended that recently, I guess. I think everything else aside, we need 2 planes and the Evolving Wilds. I think I'm okay with just the 2 pump spells, 3 Fiery Impulse, and what's our other? Oh, and it's Raga's Invocation as a finisher. Just Hixus. I guess the question is here, do we want to Cobble Brute more than we want Irosa's champion? It dies to almost everything. And Double Strike's really good, so I think given our number of white sources we can do this. I don't know if that's right, but we'll see. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red symbols. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 green symbols. I need to add 14 lands, 7, 7. Actually seems reasonable given what we have. Because the Evolving Wilds also gives us a bit more fixing. Yeah, I think that's gonna do her, so let's see how that goes. Could also see an argument for adding another Might of the Masses, given our high creature density over, I just don't really know what we'd cut for it. Dwynen's Elite's probably not going to be too busted, because our elves kind of dried up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, it's just the 4 elves, which is okay, but it's nothing special. Okay, here's our first round. We've got a sweet first hand. You do turn 3 Wild Instincts, or play 2/2 drops, depending on what we get. Alberta LBA. Looks like a fellow Albertan. Okay, we could do with a couple less lands, I think, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. If he doesn't kill our guy, this is going to be awesome. Damn. Maybe I should have waited till turn 4 to play these two together, but I think we get a pretty explosive play if we can avoid that. Yeah, there we go. This will work out just fine anyways. Yeah, I've got a whole lot of stops here because I'm paranoid. Probably don't need to draw a stop right now. Fuck, I'm an idiot. I should have done a red source. That was a pretty big mistake, but calculated. Come on, draw something good. Oh, well, that's not going to be played anytime soon. I think we're just going to pass here. If he kills the wolf, I'm not going to block with Visionary because we can get the Dwynen's Elite synergy next turn. What we really might want to do here actually is Wild Instincts, because this could get out of hand pretty fast. He only has 2 cards in hand. The 4/3 is going to be a problem as well, but I think I like Wild Instincting the flying tapping dude and keeping 2 guys up to double block the knight if necessary. Yeah, I think that's better than a Dwynen's Elite and getting everything tapped down. I could get blown out to Fiery Impulse here, but he already played one and I've got 3, so don't know what his odds of having that would be necessarily. I think it's highest percentage play though. Yeah, there we go. Well, we probably won't block here because we'd want to get... Nah, screw it. It can just be a 2-drop after this. We can just turtle till we get a rare going. Yeah, definitely not blocking this turn. Yeah, I think we need to just get our board filled up at this point. It actually works out pretty good because he's not going to have any profitable blocks now. I'm sure we're at 8, but he has only 1 card in hand, so... And if it's another Seismic Elemental, we lose, but that's okay. Yeah, we can deal with that. Well, this isn't going to be good until we have a bit more stuff on the board. Yeah, I think it's worth playing the mana here. He's gonna get in with this Aven here, I think. There we go. This is also nice because we get a bit of deck thinning. So we've been moderately flooded, I'd say, because it's turn 8 and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands exactly. Okay, if we can not die for one more turn, we're going to be in good shape. I think we're gonna kill his Griffin now before he does, before he does something crazy. If he's got a combat trick, that's an okay thing to burn it on, like an Enshrouding Mist. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that makes it for a hard decision. Ideally, what we want here is just Jiraga's Invocation. Okay, if he gets a Seismic Elemental, I think we lose regardless of whether we have Hixus up. So I think it's better to get him down and then wait a little bit longer. Okay, so we need 3 to trade with him. 4, well, this guy can trade with him straight across. Those here. If I don't block, I take 3 going down to 4, which is pretty dangerous against this red deck. That's clearly pretty aggro. If I do block, he gets free Stalwart Aven next turn. But then I can use Hixus to kill it, so I think blocking here is okay. Well, nothing I have can block that except for Hixus, so... yeah, we can set up a pretty good blowout this way. 5, 6. So we give someone +6/+6. Our Irosa's champion could really hit pretty heavily with that. Yeah, so I think we're going to try to wait till he attacks, get Hixus out, Might of the Masses, my Irosa's champion. Exile the flyer, blow out something on the ground, kill him on the crackback. Okay, so none of these guys can profitably block unless they cast Might of the Masses. Ideally, Hixus would exile this. I think I'm going to cast Hixus here and put something crummy in front of this and Might of the Masses it. I should block first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because one of these guys will be enough to take it out. The reason I put it on this guy is because if I put in someone better, I don't want him to just Fire Impulse it. Yeah, I'm liking your situation now. Still don't think we can attack very easily here, but we got rid of his flyers and have a dominant board state, so... Another couple fiery impulses could really clear the way here. I get attack with just Irosa's champion because all our pump spells have been used, though Yeva's Force Mage would be really good on him to get us a really profitable attack in, so I think I'm just going to wait at this point because I can't quite kill him, and I'm out of burn range, so short of another Seismic Elemental, we should be fine for at least a couple turns. That's a good card. Okay, we need to kill him real fast now. That's not nearly as good as the Avaricious Dragon. I think we got to block next turn with Hitchclaw to chump him a little bit, and then after that, get something good to kill him on the crackback pretty soon. Because drawing 2 Eternities is far more likely to get a burn spell to finish us off. Okay, that's more like it. I'm literally going to cheat 2 artifacts at it this turn to win, I think. To at least save my bacon. Wait, I'm lacking it slightly how much we should have. Well, what I'm going to do next turn is I'm going to block with an artifact, sacrifice it, take out the Coblet Brood, and then we're basically guaranteed to win. If we can make it next turn, it's going to get silly because we're going to be able to activate it twice to use our remaining 2 artifacts to kill out the dragon. And then he's toast. Well, he doesn't have an answer, or he would have already killed it, I think. Nope, here it comes. Oh wait, that's okay. That's just fine. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of trouble killing it next turn, but what we can do is kill enough of his guys, we can potentially get lethal. Yeah, we can't just take it, so we're kind of a bit stuck here, but oh well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, not nearly enough. Okay, I think what we're gonna have to do is block one more turn. No, we can't chump block because he's just gonna tap down the Thopter. So he's gonna attack, we're gonna have to sack the Automaton. And then get something good enough next turn to actually kill him. I might just sack both during his attack to kill the Seismic Elemental. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Could attack with Iros as champion after killing that, then he has no profitable blocks whatsoever and goes down to 16. But I don't think that's actually better. We'll see what he casts. We're gonna have to sack Automaton. I think we'll do both to get rid of this big guy. Well, our only real chance is to get something big to finish him off here, so. I think killing his creatures is better too than killing his creatures is going to be better than just shooting the 2 artifacts at his face, because this will let us really actually kill him with Jiraga's Invocation. He's considering swinging with everything, I think. Which is fine by me, because the crackback could legitimately kill him. He's playing around Celestial Flare, I think. There's no red spells that give him trample, I don't think, so I'm okay with this. Yeah, there we go. No, we want to choose who we hurt. Well, he's gonna be dead, so I think we want to kill the biggest guy. Come on, no lightning javelin. That's okay. Yeah, we're dead. I don't think I want to show him another Fiery Impulse. Bummer. So we have 2 Grasp of the Hieromancer main deck. Don't think we have a good way to really kill that, but it's something to watch out for, to leave up maybe more Fiery Impulses for the 2-for-1s. No, I still like her deck. He just drew better. No, we don't. War Oracle's greedy. I'm just going to keep the same deck. I didn't see anything we had that was actually bad against him in particular. Yeah, that'll get there. It's not the best, but we have all our colors and a 3-drop, so, and the winner, so. That's not a good card for against our draw. It looks like we can curve out pretty nicely into a big flying Jiraga's Invocation kill. That works out pretty good. We don't really have profitable blocks against that, so we're just going to Fiery Impulse it in his turn. Actually, I'm going to do it now because he could get a combat trick up. Good, not the Avaricious Dragon, though that would probably be bad for him going handless on turn 4. Well, this turn's not going to be great. If we cast this turn 6, this turn 7, we might actually have pretty big blowout because everything will have to be blocked and it will all die pretty horribly, so pretty good in our favor. Whether he attacks with his flyers not this turn is going to be a big tell about whether he has anything. Didn't see Suppression Bonds last game, but he could have it to pump up his spirits. Oh, that's okay. They're pretty annoying because he's going to get in for a lot this turn 7. That's kind of a card we wanted to see. 6, 7. Oh shit, we can't even cast it. Yeah, we're going to probably lose this game. If Jiraga's Invocation and attack with everything, these 3 have to block, they all die. Swings back for 7 the following turn. Don't have blockers. But we could block one of them next turn to buy us some time and hope for the 2-for-1 over here. Though if we draw another Fiery Impulse after casting Jiraga's Invocation, we're going to have Spell Mastery, so we can nuke either of these pretty easily. We'll take 7, going down to 3. We can chump the 4, dead next turn. If we Jiraga's Invocation, if we just hang back and play this, we get another turn of chump blocking, which still doesn't seem that great. Do you think the better play is Freak of Disciple, though? This gives us two more outs from the Fiery Impulses. So that's Fiery Impulse as an out, Wild Instincts as an out. Two is an out. One Redwood, buy us a turn. What else do we have in our deck that would work? Just about nothing. Either way, we're probably dead. I'm trying to decide the more high percentage play here. I think it is Draga's Invocation. Oh no, they can hit us back for 9. That's no good. Because he can only block one of our flyers. Because bad math. Oh well. This is a lot more hurt. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, so that's how you scrub out of an 8-4 in the first round. I thought her deck was pretty good. Just to recap, that mistake in the first game was pretty costly. Second game, I didn't see any major mistakes I made aside from ending up in a bad place. Maybe the Draga's Invocation was too aggro and I could have suckered on for another turn, but I think it's better to play to win rather than play to lose a turn later most of the time. In retrospect, I should have maybe sideboarded in the Caterpillar to kill the Grasp of the Hieromancer, which was a surprisingly big beatdown. And yeah, all in all, he had a good deck, he played good. I made a couple minor mistakes, I think, and that definitely cost us the match. Thanks for watching.